Hello my loves, what's up, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video, which is going to be a Sephora/Ulta haul update. It has been a good, I can't remember, 2-3 weeks since I posted my Sephora and Ulta haul, and as promised, I want to keep you updated on what worked for me and what did not, so that if you have my same interests and tastes and skin tone, whatever, you'll know if perhaps some of this stuff might work for you. So if you're interested in seeing, maybe you haven't seen that haul and you want to see what I picked up, but more importantly, what worked for me and what didn't, then just keep on watching. I'm gonna start with the Ulta stuff real quick. So I'm gonna move through this stuff pretty quickly. So also disclaimer, there's gonna be 2 or 3 things in this video that were not in that haul, and it's because I either picked them up few days later. You'll see why. It came back in and out of stock, and that's the LYS. But another product that I recently picked up, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna put it in here. Let's get this all taken care of so that you know what worked, even if it was kind of outside that haul. Anyways, so let's start with the BH Cosmetics Weekend Vibes Belgian Waffle palette. This was such a hit for me. I love this palette. The highlighters especially are so creamy. I had told you in that haul that it looks beautiful, but that I had watched Casey Holmes' video and I was like, oh, because she had mentioned they don't go on as well as they swatch. And I thought, oh man, that was primarily the reason for my picking it up. But I am happy to say that they perform just as I had hoped they would. Now granted, this last one right here is a little deep for my skin tone, so that one hasn't been getting a whole lot of love, but even the bronzers are actually really, really nice. I don't particularly love a red tone bronzer, and these are not red tone. They're more on the neutral side, so there's one of them. So happy with this palette. I think it's a great price, and I am really, really glad that I picked it up. So if you have been on the fence about this one, just swing on over to Ulta and check it out because it is a great value. So the next one is the BFF Alondra and LC palette by BH Cosmetics. Wasn't planning on picking this one up, but as I told you in that video when I watched Juicy Jazz's video, which that girl makes me spend money. No one makes you do anything, right? But, you know, anyways. So she had picked this one up in her Ulta video, and I was like, oh, it looks so much better in real life than it does in those stock photos. And I picked it up, and sure enough, wow. Everything from the packaging is like, it's heftier. It's just, and it was more expensive for a BH palette, but oh my goodness. And then these shades perform so nicely. They pair so well together. And you guys know where I'm going with this. The metallics, I am here for them. They are so pigmented. They are beautiful as far as like for spring. Look how pretty that looks. So metallic. So pretty, and I really have enjoyed using it. Let me give you I'm going to be giving you all of the metallic swatches. I give you a matte swatch too. Very pretty, on par with what you would expect from BH Cosmetics. Ow, I have a cut on the tip of my finger, that hurt. Okay. Absolutely beautiful for a just drugstore brand. Oh my gosh, so much fun. Like I said, I have just thoroughly enjoyed using it, and I'm gonna continue to do so. It's got perfect spring shades, and again, you can use a coupon because it's Ulta. Highly recommend. Let's move into the Jaclyn product. So you know what? No, I have one more. The Weekend Vibes Mimosa palette. So I've used this twice. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. I don't know if I love it. I don't know. It's beautiful. It really is. But I don't know why I'm not as drawn to it as I thought I was going to be. It is lovely. Don't get me wrong. But when I started off, I used this shade Pop, and I just was not crazy about it. And I think that kind of just turned me off to it. I'm going to try and avoid my little cut finger if you don't mind. So here's these two and this. It performs nicely, just as you would expect a BH palette to perform, but I don't know why I'm not reaching for it as much. Here's the shades. They are lovely. The mattes especially, and that's really what I saw in here that I was like, oh, the mattes are so pretty as far as like those poppy kind of corally shades, and they do live up. But like I said, I think that first metallic that I tried, I was like, and ever since then I kind of, I don't know what happened. But anyways, so it's not any less quality than the other BH Cosmetics palettes, but I don't know. Anyways, so almost dropped it. So that's my take on that. Kind of neither here nor there. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, so let's now move into Jaclyn products. So if you remember my haul, then you remember that I picked up 3 of the bronzer blush duos. I'm here with 2, so that tells you I returned one. Warm Flush, and I forget what the name of the bronzer was, but the one with Warm Flush, that bronzer was too light. I was having to build it up multiple times, which isn't technically a bad thing, but when you reach like several times of buildup, you're like, okay. The blush was very pretty, but nothing super different from one of the ones already in here. So anyways, lovely. I do love the formula, but it's kind of one of those things where you have to find the little duo that works for you. So I went ahead and held on to Sunkissed and Bronze Moment. Love this one. This is perfect for my skin tone. And then Hot Lava and Cocoa Rich, I love very much. I love the blush in that one. The bronzer, yes, it's deeper, but honestly, I can make it work, no problem. I find that these are lighter than what they appear in the pan, so I think that's my saving grace for the Hot Lava one. Anyways, so this is Sunkissed. I just, the formula is so soft. Where can, ooh, that one's stained, look. Okay, I'm gonna have to use my little cut finger. Here's the bronzer, super nice. Like this is one that I don't have to go in with a ton, and here's the blush. So obviously the blush looks a little light, but once you start putting them on, they go on so much better. I have noticed they don't swatch the greatest. They swatch super light. You're like, where's the pigment? Where's this going? And then you put it on your face and you're like, oh, okay, it's nice. So anyways, don't be intimidated. It's kind of, don't be intimidated by the swatch. You kind of just got to go for it. Anyway, Sunkissed Bronze Moment, probably my best match. I also think the one with Yummy Toffee and I forget what the blush shade name is. That one probably would have worked for me as well. So like I said, the one with Hot Lava, this one actually worked really nicely for my skin tone. Yes, it's meant for deeper skin tones, but the blush is so beautiful. I love it. Now, we'll tell you that the same thing holds true as when I swatched it during my haul. This one has like little weird granules on top. I don't know why. It's like little sugar crystals on top. It feels bumpy and it feels strange. It's not smooth like the others were. But anyways, the bronzer is not like that. But see how the bronzer is like, I don't know. I feel like it looks so much deeper in the pan than it comes across on a swatch. So again, I was able to make it work just fine for that reason. Just go in with like a more stippling type of brush and you'll be fine. So I did hold on to these 2, and like I said, the one with Warm Flush, I went ahead and moved that one back onto the store because I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna end up getting use out of this. Okay, so I really like the Luminous powder. Mine only is in the shade Do Me. Not much to talk about except that it's a I use it as a setting powder. I think a lot of people go in with a setting powder and then top it off with this Luminous powder. I like it as a setting powder. I love the packaging. This one was a hit for me. It was it was a good shade match for me, or I don't know if shade match is the word, but anyways, that one was great. And then, oh my gosh, the iced highlighter. Wow, this is absolutely beautiful. Everything I had hoped it would be. The only thing I'm not crazy about is the packaging. I've mentioned this at this point like 12 times in prior videos, but the product is everything you could hope for in a highlight. It's absolutely stunning, and I am so, so glad it met the hype because I had really high expectations. So this definitely well worth it. Highly recommend. Now, lastly, if you'll remember, I bought 2 of the loose little highlighters. Both of those went back. I feel so bad. But the extra shade, which is the lightest one, way too light. And then there was the second next one that I got that I can't remember what it's called. It was kind of like I think it was like a rose gold tone. Way too deep, way too deep. Was not a fan of those. So I did end up moving those back onto the store as well. I returned them and they were not going to get used based on the tone. So lastly, this was not included in my haul, but it is going to be included in this update. It's the Kat Von D Good Apple Foundation that you've heard like 202,000 things about at this point. I have already posted my video, so if you're interested in this foundation, or if you have my preference as far as foundation, like a light to light medium, then go ahead and check that video out because that is the type I like, and I kind of, you know, I did it in such a way to where light to light medium coverage was what happened. And that's actually what I'm wearing on my face today. And I am very pleased with this foundation and in the way that I used it. I know there's been kind of mixed reviews out there. Look at this hair. I'm sorry, it's so distracting. But anyways, so I actually have a foundation video coming soon where I'm going to rank all of the March foundations I bought because I bought like 4. Psh, that's so much for 1 month. But I do very much like this foundation. And I would recommend it, quite frankly. Let's move into the Sephora stuff. Okay, so let's start with the Say Slip Tint. I've kept the box just for purposes of this video. So this is a really amazing tinted moisturizer if you like that kind of thing. If you like going with the no makeup type of look, if you like super healthy, fresh looking, not cakey, not a whole lot, then this is perfect. I am in the shade 3. It's a pretty perfect match. And I do find that I like it best just by going on with this, and that's it. Putting a little dab of concealer, a very lightweight concealer like the Rare Beauty, but super like minimal. The times that I've gone in with like setting it and all of that, I don't like it as much, which I did that in the review video for this because I wanted you to see the full experience. But I have found that I really like it best just on its own. It is, it's lovely. It has quite a bit of coverage for being a tinted moisturizer, honestly. And the only thing that I have found is that the cap is so close that it gets really dirty. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but you see how dirty it gets on the inside. And then the little pump, and I don't know if this is the thing now, so if it is, I'm sorry, but the pump doesn't have like a very long stem. It's probably for recyclable purposes and for, you know, just being a little bit more conscientious about the plastics and stuff like that. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know. So there's times where I have to go to town, like, you know, trying to shake some down to the pump. But other than that, it is absolutely lovely. Again, you kind of have to be, have a taste for these kinds of things because it is definitely a lighter weight coverage. But again, it has, for me, I think it has quite a bit of coverage for being a tinted moisturizer. Now, granted, I'm not a, you know, guru in the realm of tinted moisturizers. I typically go the foundation route, but in my experience with this product, it has really, really been great. So I am so happy I picked that one up. Let's talk about powders. I've already done a video on all 3 of these, but let's talk about them. The Tatcha Silk Powder, absolutely beautiful. My favorite powder that I purchased this month, and quite frankly, probably one of my favorite powders of life. I love it. Now, the packaging is a little bit more on the, it doesn't feel super luxe, but I'm guessing, again, for sustainability purposes and all of that, I'm guessing that's why they did it. But it does carry the same colors as the Silk Canvas Primer, which I am so happy they kept that consistent. And then on the inside, the powder comes out of this little Tatcha symbol right here. I've seen a lot of people are not really happy with that. I don't mind it. I think it's kind of cool. Something different, but there is a luminosity and a healthy look that this powder gives my skin that quite frankly no other powder has. Now granted, the Huda Easy Bake, I've told y'all so many times that that has been my number 1 powder, and I still love that one, but I think this one actually beats out the Huda, which is mind-blowing to me, but I love how my skin looks when I use this powder. Absolutely beautiful, flawless, just so, so lovely. Keeping in mind that other people have had different experiences, all our skin tones are so different, but for me, this was a major, major win. The Kosas Cloud Set Powder, also beautiful. It's the powder I'm wearing today. There was really no dud when it came to powders this month. This is such a lightweight powder that it literally feels like I'm putting nothing on my skin when I'm putting it on, yet it gives me the look of an absolute put together, quite frankly, flawless looking face. It's kind of mind-blowing how it does that, because I'm just like, where's the powder? Like, why does it feel like I'm not putting anything on? And yet once I'm done, I'm like, wow, it's like magic. I see it. The color to this compact is so pretty, and it absolutely reminds me of like a cloud, or anyways, I am in the shade Feathery, which is the light medium shade, and this is what it looks like. Again, it's hard to show setting powders on camera because they're just, I mean, they're light, but that's what that looks like. And I also think the light one would have worked just fine, but this is just, it's amazing. If you are a fan of the brand, then I highly suggest checking this one out. And if you like, again, that minimal, no makeup type of thing, that one is perfect because, again, it feels like you're putting nothing on the face. Lastly, in the way of powders, the Gucci setting powder. I mean, what can I say? It's Gucci and it lived up to the hype for me. It lived up to the brand. It lived up to the price. Anyways, but comes in its little sleeve, and this is just, I mean, even the packaging, it's like, I'd pay just for the packaging. Anyways, I love that they did it different as far as the color on the compact than the bronzer. I feel like it looks so classy. The cream color with the gold, so beautiful, just so elegant, pretty to look at. And the powder is absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. Now, again, out of the three, I think I would choose the Tatcha, but this, I mean, it does live up to the price tag, and I know it's a hefty price tag, but it's absolutely beautiful. It is just, if you are a fan of the brand, if you are a fan of their makeup products, and if you are a fan of good translucent powders that make your skin look so airbrushed, then this one is definitely up your alley. Again, just reiterating that we all have different skin types. So that being said, what works great for me may not work so great for you. Just keeping that in mind. But I will say I am absolutely so over the moon that I picked it up. Worth it. For reference, I am in the shade 3. It worked just fine. The Viseart Paris Love Letter palette. Oh my goodness. This has rekindled my love for Viseart in a way that I can't even explain. From everything from the packaging with the little hearts. Oh, I love it so much, to the shades on the inside. And this is one, now this has not been used a whole lot because the broken one, you remember mine came in so broken with this shade right here. That one was the one I had really been using, and then they sent me a replacement. But you guys, if you've been wondering, now here's the thing, a lot of people have been saying that they did not like this palette because of the pigmentation, and I found that to be the complete opposite. Maybe it's because my expectations were so low, I'm not sure, but this had such a beautiful finish to my eyes that I was like, how is this even getting any kind of bad reviews? But again, we're all different. This is the shade that intrigued me the most, and it's the shade that people were saying was the lightest and the worst performing. And I found that to be so opposite. This packed such a punch for me that I was just absolutely mesmerized when I did my eyes that day. I was like, oh my goodness. I've just really enjoyed this palette. And then this particular lilac is like a gray lilac, and it's unique. For me, it's like something that I don't really have in my collection and I love. So this for me was a total hit. I am absolutely glad that I picked it up regardless of the different reviews that I was seeing or the different feedback. And it doesn't swatch that great, honestly. Look, it looks like, that looks like it could be a dud. Oh no, it is absolutely beautiful. This truly is one of those palettes where you say, you know what, a swatch tells nothing. It can kind of give you maybe a slight indication, but until you start playing with it on your eyes, you really, won't know. Let's go into the LYS foundation. Oh my gosh, this brand, I was not planning on picking anything up. And then when Babs Beauty started bringing them up in her videos, I was like, how is it that inexpensive? I didn't realize that. I don't know why. So then I did my whole due diligence and started stalking the website till stuff came back in, and this right here. Now granted, a couple of y'all have told me that it did not work for you, that it clung to dry patches. I have not had that, but then again, I don't have a lot of dry patches at the moment, so that may be why. But anyways, I love this. Now granted, it's a serum foundation, so given the fact that I absolutely love, capital L-O-V-E, the Rare Beauty Serum Foundation, I had a hunch that I was probably gonna like this, and oh boy, do I ever. The pump is absolutely beautiful. It's like the babiest pink. It's just so girly, so pretty. It's the kind of packaging where you're like, how is this $22? I don't understand. On me, it looks so healthy, so radiant. I could not believe how good my skin looked with this foundation. So definitely worth checking out. Again, with the idea that there's some people that have not had good experience. And then let's talk about these bad boys right here. I did pick up the Transluscent powder, which this was like $18. These are, this was like 62 and 50 and all of that. If you've been on the hunt for a translucent powder, go with this one. I mean, for price point, I have to direct you in this, I have to send you this way. Such an amazing powder. And you're like, how is this even possible? And it comes in this like really interesting triangle shape, which kind of throws me a little bit, but this right here, guys, flawless. Flawless, so pretty. I can't, just hunt it down. That's all I got to say. And then I'm going to tell you to hunt down these two as well. The bronzer is what I am wearing on my face. Probably one of my favorite bronzers of life, if not my favorite bronzer of life. I know. What? And I haven't even been using it too long. Oh my gosh, it is a pretty neutral tone. It's not, this is the light one, by the way. It's not like super orange or red. It gives me the healthiest look that I have ever come across. And I've said that lately about bronzers, but no, this is different. This is, you need to get that bronzer. And then lastly, the cream blush, I'm going to tell you right now, is the best and easiest to work with cream blush I have ever picked up. That is a very high and lofty statement, but you guys, it's the blush I'm wearing today. But wow, this is absolutely stunning. I did pick up the lightest one, which is called Kindness. It's like the, I don't remember, the light peach, I think it was. And I am absolutely going to pick up more once I can. This blush, so creamy. I don't know. What can I tell you? That it leaves my skin looking so healthy in a way that no other cream blush has. And I know we're like, okay, well, a cream blush is a cream blush. No, it's not. This is no average cream blush. You need to grab that. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Like, the words escape me. It's amazing. You need to try and pick it up. Okay, last but certainly not least is another foundation. The Givenchy Skin Caring Glow Prisme Libre foundation. This was such a surprise, you guys. First off, the packaging looks beautiful. And this formula, what is in this formula? Because my skin, I don't know what this does to my skin that I don't think any other foundation has. Yes, like, I have loved all these foundations, but this foundation, you guys, now granted, it is a light to medium foundation. I would say more on the light side, but again, it's skin care, skin loving type of formula. So it is going to be more on the skincare side of things, which tells you, okay, it's going to be like a lighter coverage. Oh, but you guys, it's absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. I don't know how to, it gives my skin a radiance, a health, just a plump look that is absolutely flawless. So many things have worked for me, honestly, in this haul, but this foundation threw me for a loop because I did not expect it to be that good, especially since I have never tried a Givenchy foundation before. I was like, all right, we're going to try it out. We're going to see what happens. We're just going to kind of dip our toes in the brand. And I'm like, wow. All right, my friends. Well, here's the deal. I am on my way to church, so we are going to conclude the video right here and now. That is the end of my update. I hope something in this video helped you out if you've had it on your loves list. Now that the Sephora sale's like around the corner, you may want to kind of throw something in your loves list. And of course on the Ulta end as well, just a whole lot of wins for the month of March. I was incredibly happy with most everything I picked up. So before I let you go, I'm just going to throw up a quick verse of the day down here to motivate you, encourage you, tell you that Jesus loves you so very much. And so do I, my friends. I hope you're having a great day. So until the next one, please stay safe and stay well. Talk to you soon.